Hi everybody, I'm Ryan, and today we're going to talk about Azorius Tempo's flex slots and different builds in Standard. If we're looking for a deck tech or a sideboard guide, I posted those past few days. You should check those out. This one, we're just going to look at different builds in those flex slots, so let's do it. So these are the non-flex slots in Azorius Tempo. These are the cards that if you're playing the deck, you're pretty much bought into playing unless you are in on doing something weird. So these 57 cards in the main deck and these 9 cards in the sideboard, and you pretty much have to play. So what do you play in those 3 slots in the main deck and those 6 slots in the sideboard? Let's see. So this is what you can play in those slots. So let's talk about why you would play each one of these things. So first off, we are missing a land from the non-flex slots. You pretty much have a choice between Island and Undercity Sewers. Island is the untapped blue source, where Undercity Sewers is a tapped blue source, but it has Surveil, and Surveil is very powerful in this deck because we want to be filling our graveyard with instants and sorceries for Haughty-Djinn, and then sometimes we hit Aberranoculus and we can kind of nut out and do a turn 2 Aberranoculus, which is really cute. So really you're kind of deciding if you want extra Surveil land, but sacrificing the tapped land so you're a little bit slower or not. So you're going to select one of these, which means we have 2 more slots to pick. We can play another Unsummon, return target creature to its owner's hand. Cool part about Unsummon is it gets the few blockers that can block your creatures out of the way. And then they also, the big issue with this deck is that you don't have a lot of threats. It's just that your threats are very powerful and your entire deck is centered around your threats. And so in response to a removal spell, being able to protect your creature by unsummoning it back to your hand, it can be really powerful. Another Soul Partition is decent. It's a pretty unconditional removal. It's a 2 mana exile target non-land permanent. For as long as that card remains exiled, its owner may play it. A spell cast by opponent this way costs 2 more to cast. The thing about this deck is that there are a lot of cards that just neuter it, right? Rest in Peace, Ghost Vacuum, that Graveyard Hate is really bad. Soul Partition deals with that, but also it can deal with those creatures and other things that you want to get out of the way. Another Negate can be very powerful. Countering those non-creature spells, being able to protect your creatures from that removal is very strong. And then we could play a split up 3 mana, choose one, destroy all tap creatures or destroy all untapped creatures. Very often this is a one-sided board wipe. It's also very cheap, so we can actually cast it. And so it's good against these aggressive decks that can go a little bit underneath us. So you're going to select one of these lands and then 2 of these cards to add to your deck. Now, as far as the sideboard goes, we're going to select 6 of these 11 cards to join the 9 non-flex slots in our deck. Destroy Evil is excellent against enchantments, also being able to deal with things that are toughness 4 or greater, also very, very powerful. Exercise, also dealing with enchantments and things with power 4 or greater. Now, notably, like Zur and stuff has toughness 4 or greater, but not power. But the cool thing about Exercise is it can deal permanently with the enduring cards, and also Exercise is artifact hate as well. Shelter by Ghost, we could be playing as additional hate for the aggro decks. Removing a creature and then giving a large creature lifelink is kind of exactly what we would want to do against them anyway. We could play up to 2 more Split Up in the sideboard, again, as this one-sided board wipe against aggressive decks, or really decks that we're worried about being overwhelmed by creatures. Could play up to 3 Temporary Lockdown, and I wouldn't play like the max Split Up and all 3 Temporary Lockdown. You're kind of choosing between the 2. Temporary Lockdown is kind of cute in our deck because we don't have to worry about things being untapped or whatever. Temporary Lockdown will just deal with those aggressive small creatures while not touching our Haughty-Djinn or Aberranoculus. Negate, again, for protecting our creatures and kind of stopping what our opponent's attempting to do. And then Ghost Vacuum is pretty good graveyard hate. So you're going to select 6 of these cards in the sideboard to join the 9 non-flex cards in the main deck. And then you have your very own but stock version of Azorius Tempo in Standard. Now, if you like this video and want to see more videos like this, please be sure to like and subscribe. Check me out on social medias. Links are above me and in the description. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. I don't know why I finger gunned.